Do you know there's certain cheat codes if you're hiring an ATM locator? Send it in a video and I will share with you what some of those are. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the top 5 cheat codes to hire an ATM locator. Cheat code number 1. I always stress this will save you guys a lot of money. Do not pay an ATM locator until you bolt down your ATM to the ground. Here's some of the reasons why. One of our students, they paid an ATM locator, and I didn't know that if they paid them right away. We didn't install the ATM for 5 weeks, because what happened is the guy went to the location. He said, oh yeah, I want to put the ATM in. He gave him the paperwork to fill out, and then what happened is his partner was his wife. So the wife had to get the paperwork, and they had to get a bank account, and then all that took time. In the meantime, there were some tragedies in the family, and things happened. It took 5 weeks. In the meantime, this guy already paid the locator for a location. So always remember is to don't pay the locator until you bolt your ATM down. Now in this case, luckily the situation worked out, and the locator that we use, stand-up guy, he'll help, and he would have just found another location in case this thing went south. But this could have happened. It could have went south if the locator wasn't a stand-up guy and the deal didn't cut. Then he just paid him money and he didn't get a location. So that could happen to you. So just make sure that don't pay the locator until you bolt the ATM down to the floor. Point number 2. What if the location that the ATM locator found for you is a bad location? So the locator found a location, you went in, you thought, it'll be a good location. You put your ATM in, and now it's a bad location. Is the locator going to find you another location in case this one is stinky, or are you done? So always ask that question. What if the location isn't a good location? What do I do? Will you find me another location? And if so, how long is that process? Do you give me 3 months, 6 months? How long do I have to stay in a location if it's a bad location? So ask those questions when you're dealing with a locator. So if you're thinking about starting a profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay in the video and I will share with you our top 5. I will share with you how to start a profitable ATM business even if you have 0 experience in business. In this checklist, I'll give you the top 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you'll have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success. In this checklist, I will share with you the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can earn passive income for your family. You will earn between $250 and $1,500 of passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Point number 3, should I create my own locator? I highly encourage you guys to do this to save you time and energy. One of the ways to always do this is find somebody who's already in the locations that you're looking for and then make friends with them, because they're already talking to those people for other reasons. And now what they're going to do is they're going to ask during their route, hey, you guys, you don't have an ATM in your location? I got a buddy who does ATMs. And then they strike up a conversation. They call you in and you place an ATM. You just pay the guy who found you that location. Very easy. And you know what? The guy will work at commission for you, and he's already at the location, or she, so it makes it very easy. So I highly encourage you guys to create locators. Point number 4. Now, these guys are not necessarily locators. What these guys are cold calling people. So what they do is they go in Google and they get lists of business and they cold call the businesses. But what these guys do is they cold call businesses and then you pay for every call they make. Well, how do you know that they actually reach somebody? And then we've done this. And we get the call logs, try to call a business owner, no good, and click, and then I pay for that call. So that doesn't work. So make sure if you're going to pay for somebody to be cold calling, make sure that they have to have a close rate. Because what good is them calling and they're just making phone calls and you're not getting anywhere. So sometimes they'll encourage you, oh, you only spend X amount of dollars, and if you guys spend more, then you know what, we have a better chance. I guarantee it. Don't believe their guarantees. Their guarantees are garbage. So if you're doing a cold calling, they gotta put food on the table, they gotta produce results. If you don't get a location, it's worthless. It doesn't matter how many calls they make, unless you get a location, then it's worthless. So don't pay for just cold calling unless they can back it up with results, and then therefore you'll pay them if they get you a location. And point number 5, and this is a big one, make sure if you're working with a locator, you create your own deal. Don't let the locator create the deal. So a lot of times what happens is these guys, they cold call, they find the location, they say, look, we're in the area, we got a guy who's going to put an ATM, they cut the deal. So they might say, hey, you know what, we're going to put the $3 surcharge, we're going to pay you, Mr. Location Owner, $1.50, and then they say, hey, I got a location. You guys don't know because you're just starting in the business, and now you're going to have the surcharge to a location that you don't even know if it's profitable, and it's a bad deal. Don't do that. If the locator, he's going to find your location, cut your own deal, bring your own agreement. A lot of times, some of these guys, they give these makeshift agreements. It's toilet paper. It's not a good agreement. You have to cut your own agreement, and you have to cut your own deal. So just make sure if you're dealing with a locator, you're cutting your own deal, you got your own paper, and so you can solidify your business and you can make a good deal for you and your family instead of for a locator. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can start earning passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So if you're interested, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Master Group. We buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube.